Hi, I'm Cherie Steinberg. I am Texana's Crisis Services Manager. Texana Crisis Center is a perfect example of a program we have that really does help address mental health and homelessness. There are always a few clients at our crisis center that are experiencing homelessness, and our staff does a great job, from our therapists to our care coordinators to our peers, the psych techs, trying to help figure out what the person's wishes are, what do they want for their life, if they're getting to the point that substance use has been an issue and they're ready to start tackling that issue so they can have more stability in their lives, they can help get them into a rehab program. If it's just housing they're after now and mental health care, we can certainly work on that. I think it can be difficult in Fort Bend County to find affordable housing. There's not, we don't really have homeless shelters. We do have a couple of faith based organizations and also people that have suffered some domestic violence, but there are not a lot of places someone can go that is working a minimum wage job and actually afford their housing. So that is one challenge we have. But it is something we can all continue to work on. I think that a lot of people are just one paycheck away from being homeless themselves, could find themselves in the same situation. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. And I do hope we can work with other organizations to find more resources. Of course, the United Way is always a good resource, at least just trying to find out what might be in the person's area which they choose to live in. We always have to remember that people we serve have had so many disappointments in life, so much trauma. When there are marginalized and vulnerable populations, they may have, from early on in their childhood, had some type of trauma or abuse, and then they become very hesitant to trust. Here's this mental health worker trying to help them, and it's difficult for them to trust. And I think just being kind, trying to help the person trust you so they can let you know their story, what type of assistance they're working for, and the more that you show that you are trustworthy and you are compassionate, they will be able to trust you a little more. And I think that's what helps people start to make some choices to heal.